Hello, Express ELRS DIY version. Why? First, it will be like have a price. Second, you will understand better how the electronics on your quad works. I reused a module that I had before. This is like a very old module, so I cut the price there. You probably have a bunch of modules and things around your house that you can just not buy. First, what you'll need. Well, I have the enclosure, I have the antenna, so I didn't need to buy that, and I soldered the antenna straight on the module. It works fine. A little bit of hot glue so the wire doesn't break. And because I reused this enclosure, I had to trim the corner of the board. The board you can order it from JLC PCB. I'm gonna try to put a link downside, and you will get like 5 of them. You only need one. You need to buy the E28 module, the ESP, which is an Arduino based board, but you are going to flash it with Express ELRS, the power supply. This plug here, they designed it for another kind of plug, but I didn't want to pay like 18 euros for that plug, and I just improvised with the plug that was on the board that originally was in this enclosure. So the way I did it, I just soldered some terminals from resistors that I just had laying around, and put it at 90 degrees and solder it on the terminals of this plug. I don't know if you see that, and it works like perfect. Now, depending of the plug that you use and the enclosure that you use, you could use like this from Arduino. If you want to use the original Radio Master project box, which is sucks because of these screws, well, you can put normal from Arduinos. If not, you will need like these shorter ones, because this is shorter. A lot of these modules have like this whole space here, so that's the connector. If you use this, you have to understand you will need to clip the pins on your Radio Master. These are very long. It will do no harm to this radio, and other models will work just perfectly. You will need to clip like 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters from it. Once you have that, you can start and solder it. It's no way that you can mess up. The thing that you have to do when you solder, when you put the Arduino, and these legs have like a spacer of plastic, like these black things here. You have to take that out and put some kind of isolating tape or something like that. I have it there, and just plug it. That way you will avoid any kind of short. You will need a resistor here. It can be a normal resistor. The people just go crazy with SMD. Well, you don't really need that. Depending of what kind of enclosure do you have, this without the hole here or this with this space here, you will have to put the power supply on one side or the other. I put it on the downside. Normally this should be put on the top side, but when I close the enclosure, it will not fit. And I just put it on the other side. This power supply has like a fixed voltages 3.3, and it has like a potentiometer here. Now you can like put at minimum that potentiometer and bridge between these two, and you will have like 4 volts or 3.8 volts. That will give you the E28 that it's between 3.3 and 4 volts, I think, or 3.3 and 4.2 volts. It will give you more power, but I didn't do that, so yeah, you will have to see it for yourself. This is a status LED. I don't know what this does. It just at the start, when I starting the radio, it start first one color. After that, it start the other color. So I don't really know what kind of status this LED it's indicating. I should in the future I will probably find out, but I don't know what it does right now. I'm sure instead of this you can put like an LCD. I don't know that what that does. So yeah, when all this is okay, soldered and all of that, you just go into the Express ELRS configurator, and a bunch of options there that you will have to mark it or unmark it, but it's relatively easy. It's important, whatever you flash into this, you will have to flash into the receiver, the same thing, only that changing the TX with the RX. It will not come bind, and you have to bind that. With the receiver, when you put it on the flight controller, now very important, it has a minus, plus, TX and RX. Plus and minus you will have to find on the flight controller where that plus and minus is, but preferably find the plus and minus that goes by USB, so when you plug it into your computer, it will give current to the receiver. And an important thing that I didn't really knew it, the RX, it goes on the RX of the receiver goes on the flight controller to TX, and RX and TX on the receiver on the RX. So it's a serial connection. It doesn't go RX to RX and TX to TX. That doesn't go like that. Once you have that, you have to go in beta flight, and one thing that I forgot to mention about this module. Now, when you solder this module here, you will have to make sure it has no short. So if you measure the antenna, the inside of the antenna with outside of the UFL, it will be like continuous. That's normal, I believe, because mine it's continue. It's the multimeter is beeping, and it works like that. So I don't know what, probably it's like that. I don't really understand these kind of things, but don't get an alarm, it works like that. Okay, so I have it mounted on my Radio Master. Now, have you seen? Well, that LED goes like green, and after that changes the color. The status LED, I don't know really what it's meant to, what it's meant to do. And right now I don't have the quad So yeah, I believed like something happened. What I believe something should happen when I plug the quad, but nothing is happening. So yeah, you can see this in Express ELRS. Menu. So if I take this out,
telemetry lost.
now I don't really understand how this works, but well, it doesn't work right now.
Telemetry recovered.
I think I see it's coming here.
Telemetry lost.
Now the see from connection, I believe, and the minus that it's nothing there. On Betaflight, you have to activate serial RX and UART that you on the UART that you solder the receiver. Save and reboot. After that, on the configuration, or depending of the Betaflight that you have to put the serial base receiver and crossfire on serial receiver provider, or CRSF, which is crossfire. Save and reboot. After reboot, on the receiver menu, you will see that it's working. On the receiver, when this is bind, the light should be solid.
Receiver is still connected.
If not, if something else happens, it will start blink or do something else. Anyway, you should see if the failsafe is working, and set it if it's not. That's important. Thank you for watching. Bye.